What's shaking, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Shay, and it's time for the August TBR, and I am bringing the TBR jars back in the month of August. I am so excited. If you don't know how my TBR jars work, this is your first time here, I pull 2 books out of 5 categories of jars, and I hold myself accountable to at least reading 1 of the books that I pull out of each jar. Now, in the month of August, I also have decided to participate in Herkiad. So that is the hardest reading challenge you will ever do, hosted by QWERTY. I'm not sure how you say her name. I will link the announcement video and all of the information you need to know to participate in this year's long challenge, because we all like to challenge ourselves, okay? I did attempt to participate last year, and then I had a lot of stuff going on and I stopped participating. But I am back in it this year. And I know that I need to read at least a book with a color in the title and a book with a number in the title. I've got to do it. I'm trying to read books I own or books I'm super interested in to fill those prompts. I don't know which ones I'm going to read this month, but they will be getting done. So I'm excited about that. Other than that, I don't really have any plans. We are going to the beach the first week in August, and we're going to have a freaking blast. And I love to mood read like beachy, romancy reads while I'm at the beach, because that's just such a fun time with our toes in the sand, with like our Kindle out, maybe some music playing in our headphones, or like just sitting there listening to the waves. I absolutely positively love it. So I can't wait for that. I will say, I'm about to pull out of these jars, and normally I show you guys what my picks are. You can see them, but unfortunately I had an accident between moving from the old house to the new house where I cracked my camera lens, so it no longer zooms or focuses correctly. And buying a new one right now is just not something I'm going to do, because I have a lot of priorities as I'm in a new house, and lots of priorities here that need to come before I buy a new lens for my camera. And my ring light is also kind of broken, which is what happened because my ring light got unsteady, broken and unsteady, and then it fell and my camera hit the ground. And that's just what happened to the lens. So you may not be able to see the pics as well. I'm gonna balance it on my forehead, because I have found that if I balance it on my forehead, it maybe focuses a little bit better. So without further ado, we are gonna pull out of the first jar, which is the series jar. And I have 40 something series ongoing. I really need to get this down. I really have been working on it. The problem is I'm in the middle. All my romance series are also in here, and some of them are very long series, and I'm not as worried about the romance series as I am like the fantasy series, because I feel like the longer I get away from these fantasy series, the harder it is for me to remember what happened in the previous books. Romance books, most oftentimes you may enjoy them better because you remember characters from previous books and they do show up in the other books, but it's mostly can stand on its own. They're standalone romances. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pick the first series. And I am nervous because there are some series in here that I just don't want to read. That I've been putting off for a long time. Okay, here's one. I'm gonna balance it on my head. And this is the bound and the broken. Okay, here's the thing. This series, I read book 1. And I remember enjoying it, but I think I gave it 3 stars, and I never continued on it. It's been years since I've read book 1. So I will have to read book 1 again to get back into the bound and the broken. I do own the first one, or I did. Did I get rid of it? I don't know. I don't want to say that I got rid of it, but I may have. I don't know. Anyway, so this is a series that I do want to continue on to read, because I feel like it gets such love, and so it must be a good series for it to get so much love. So I do want to continue on. As much as I wasn't like super impressed with the first book, it is a book that I want to reread and continue on with. So Bound and the Broken may be a possibility of that series. Okay. All right. Number 2. It's good that I'm getting these kinds of series though. I need to push myself. Okay. This is Sisters of the Salt. Okay. This is a YA series. It starts with, hold on, I'm gonna tell you. The House of Salt and Sorrows, which I really love that one. And then I own the second book, which is, I'm gonna have to look. House of Roots and Ruin, and there's gonna be a third book. And I never read past the House of Salts and Stars, but I remember really truly loving that book. So that's another one that I want to reread before I continue on to the next book. So we have two, I'm pushing myself this month. We have 2 books that we pulled out of the series jar that I'll have to reread the first book in the series. And I promise myself, whichever one of these series that I pick, I will continue on in a timely manner so I don't have to reread them again. New releases jar. So this, in this jar, holds every new release from January to the end of August that I am interested in reading. If I pull a book that's not coming out till like the end of August, I will re-pull that book. But I'm looking forward to a lot of books in here. There's like so many good books I feel like that are coming out. All right. Ooh, that was 2, but 1. Okay. This says Game On. Okay, I'm gonna have to look and see what this book is about. Ooh. Game On. It sounds like a romance. I should have known what this was. So this is actually a Game On by Navessa Allen, which I read Lights Out last year, and then I read Caught Up, which is the second book of the series. This is the third book of the series that came out this year. So I am looking forward to continuing a series. So I think that's the most important thing here. So Game On. Let's get number 2. I have one. This one. Oh, Operation Bounce House. Okay, this is by Matt Denneman, which is the guy that wrote Dungeon Crawler Carl. So Operation Bounce House, I have the special edition from Broken Binding. Let's chat. If you don't know, and if I haven't mentioned it on this channel, I DNF'd Dungeon Crawler Carl at like the 70% mark because I don't know whether it was, and I was listening to the audiobook, but I don't know if it was because I feel like it should be an immersive read where I'm like reading physically and listening at the same time, or what it was, but I was just pulled out of the story because I felt like there was too much information thrown at me and I was just trying to grasp it and then I couldn't. But that is a series that I want to try again in the future. I'm not giving up on it because everybody loves that series, so what is wrong with me? But Operation Bounce House is going on the TBR. Now we have my owned books. So there's a lot of books in here. Most of these I don't own physically. Most of these are probably audiobooks, but they need to be read nonetheless. So let's go ahead and dive in. Here we are. Okay. I keep reading this on my forehead. This is God Blind. I own this one on audio. I've been so interested in reading this. I don't think I own this one physically. I don't. But I have been interested in reading this one. What a great pick. I think it's like a dark fantasy, a grim dark fantasy. I'm not positive on that, but it's one that I've been looking forward to reading for a long time. Now, all right, I have my next pick. Okay. This is Dark Water Daughter. I own this one physically, and I've been really interested in reading this one. By H.M. Long. I haven't read from her before. She has another series out that I really wasn't interested in, but I'm interested in this one. I like kind of water books. I feel like we don't get enough of those. But it's somewhere here. It's all the way down there in the bottom shelf, but I own that one. Excited to possibly dive into that one. Now we're going to go to the scary jar. This is the romance jar. So if you don't know about my journey with romance, it's been going on for about a year, where I have picked up the romance genre to fill my palette because last year, around about the June mark, I went into a severe reading slump. And to get out of my slump, I started to read romance. And I'm still trying to figure out what I like in romance and what I don't like in romance. And the only thing that I can do to kind of see what I like and what I don't like is read a whole bunch of different kinds of genres of romance. So there's a lot of dark romance in here. There's a lot of different couplings in here. Just a lot of different things in here as my cat's hair just kind of flies around. So some of this I'm really scared to get to, but then again, I may love it. So mafia romance, lots of different romance tropes. I haven't experienced all the romance tropes. I haven't experienced all the genres or subgenres of romance. So I feel like it's a good time to kind of experience that with this new genre. There are some fantasy romance in here as well. This is a lot of books though. So let's go ahead, let's dive in. The recommendations that are in here come from all different social media platforms. So they could have come from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Goodreads, Facebook, whatever. It's come from a lot of social media platforms. I'm scared. I don't know what most of these books are, but that's okay. We are going for number 1. I dreamt that you loved me. So I dreamt that you loved me. I want to say that this has a pink cover. Out of all these books, you would think that I would know more, that I wouldn't remember what the cover is, but I think I do. I'm gonna get onto here. I dreamt that you loved me. It is the cover that I was thinking about. It is pink. It has some hands on it. All right, so this one is an emotional romance. Rockstar romance, second chance romance. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Rockstar romance, I get down with that. I eat that shit up. I love a rockstar romance. Second chance, I mean, I have not read that many second chance romances that are done well. But I also love an emotional book. So this could be for me. This has, let's see, a 4.24 rating with 3,094 ratings. I will say that what I have found with romance books is their ratings are like really a lot higher than other books' ratings. I don't know if y'all have figured that out, but that's what I have figured out. Because people just love to be, well, in this case it's emotional, probably makes you cry, but mostly people like romance. It makes them feel good, it makes them happy, they rate things high. So I'm really excited about this one, this pick. I think this is a good pick. I need an emotional pick. Okay, maybe it'll give me like a fun beachy read for my next one, so I won't be like on the beach sobbing. Okay, this is a Campus Player. So obviously like a college romance. Let's see. Let me look it up. I have no idea what this one is. So, okay. So this is by Jennifer. I don't even want to say this last name because I know I'm going to get it wrong. But I have this tagged as enemies to lovers. I can get down with a good enemies to lovers and a sports romance. What kind of sports romance are we talking here? Because let's see. It's a football romance. I can get down. I don't know much about it, but I'm ready. I am ready for it. So I think those are 2 good picks. A rockstar emotional romance and a enemies to lovers sports romance. Backlash jar. This is every book that I want to read, except for romance books, that I don't own. And it's hefty. It's a lot of books. So let's go ahead and dive in. 1. Don't open your eyes. This is a horror, and I'm not saying that I don't get along with horror very well lately, but I don't get along with horror very well lately, and I don't think this one was a very well received horror at that. I can't remember who it's by, but I can see the cover. All right, we're gonna pull number 2. There's 2 of those. No, it's not 2. Sorry. This is Forget Me Not. I think this is by Stacey Willingham. This is her latest, or the one that came out last year, is a thriller. So I am also down for reading a thriller. I will tell you that I am ready. I am ready for August. I am ready for this TBR. I'm ready to eat it up. I am going to win. I am going to just love this TBR. I just feel it in my bones. I still have to come up with what I'm gonna read for a number in the title or color in the title. I don't know what that is yet, but I'll figure it out and I will let you guys know. I may do some vlogging in the month of August. I haven't really decided what I'm gonna do in August. I do know, again, I'm going to the beach, so I won't be like vlogging or anything while I'm at the beach, but I'm really excited to kind of get back into my groove and get back into the TBR jars. I'm nervous to like hold myself to like a TBR because I haven't really been doing that lately in some months, and part of that is because I've been moving, so my brain has been scattered, but I'm ready to dive in. Let me know what you guys are reading in the month of August. And have you read any of these books? Let me know if you enjoyed them or if you didn't enjoy them. And I will catch you guys in the next one.